What's going on, guys? Chameleon here. Today I'm going to show you the best class setup for the Origin 12, both for Warzone and multiplayer. This shotgun is an absolute monster and arguably the best shotgun in the game. You'll be able to run through houses or small rooms and just completely clean house with it. You'll probably make a lot of people mad and rage quit because of how quickly you'll drop them with this. It's pretty crazy. Which gun do you guys think is too overpowered? Leave me a comment below. But real quick, before we start, please smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed to my channel. And here we go, let's do this. First up, we have the muzzle. You want to set this to the choke. This will give you tighter pellet spread and increase your damage range. You'll lose some ADS here, increasing it from the base ADS time of 334 milliseconds to 350 milliseconds. But ADS isn't too critical for the Origin anyways, since the gun is designed to be hip fired. It actually has the widest hip fire spread of the entire shotgun category. So when you, for example, storm into a room with enemies, the best thing to do is just to spam the fire button, because it's the fastest firing shotgun in the game as well, at 269 rounds per minute. This is of course with the exception of the R90, which has a 2-round burst with a delay rather than firing a constant stream of shots like the Origin. Also, while you're spamming the fire button, it's even good practice to start to ADS as you're firing, which in Modern Warfare tightens your pellet spread and can help you out. Another option here to use could be the monolithic suppressor if you want a silencer to keep yourself off of radar. However, you will lose some range and the increase in tighter pellet spread. Personally, I don't mind it not being silenced because if you're using the Origin, you'll be in close quarters since the range is limited and shooting only when the enemy is right in front of you. So popping up on radar because of an unsilenced weapon won't be as big of a deal when you're already in the enemy's face anyways. They'll see you, get killed, and probably call your location out to their teammates, so I just stick with the choke instead. Next up, we have the barrel. For the barrel, you want to set this to the Forged Tack Impaler barrel. This is the best attachment for decreasing pellet spread and increasing damage range. The Impaler will give you a 12.5% increase in range, which is the most amongst the barrels. It'll slow your ADS to 384 milliseconds and decrease your movement speed by 4%. The Forged Tack Precision will increase your range by 7% and slow your ADS down to 367 milliseconds. The Wide Shot Barrel will decrease your range by 10%, which is way too much for us, and it will decrease ADS to 300 milliseconds. So out of these barrels, you definitely want the Impaler barrel, mainly for its range and tighter pellet spread. We'll make up for the loss we took in movement and ADS speed with a different attachment later. Generally, the range is bad for the Origin, so any help we can get with it is great. The max one-hit kill range is 4.1 meters, and it's 2 shots or more up to 22 meters. After 22 meters, you can't even deal any damage to your targets. This works a little differently in Warzone though. A few patches ago, they made it so shotguns generally will take 2 shots minimum to kill instead of 1 shot, with the exception of factoring stopping power in. For the laser, you want to set this to the 5 milliwatt laser. This will increase your hipfire accuracy and your sprint to fire speed. The base sprint to fire speed is 284 milliseconds. With the 5 milliwatt laser, it'll decrease to 184 milliseconds, and that's more than twice the effectiveness of the 1 milliwatt laser, which drops it to 250 milliseconds. Also, the 5 milliwatt laser will give you a 12% hipfire diameter increase, and that's exactly what we want because of the way we're going to be utilizing the Origin. We'll be spamming the hipfire button in our fights. The only con to the 5 milliwatt laser is that if you're not sprinting or aiming down sights, your laser will be visible to enemies. But if you don't want to even deal with that, you could use the stippled grip tape instead. As for the tack laser, it's not much of an option because we don't really need these boosts with the Origin. Moving to the stock, you want to set this to the no stock. This will drop your ADS to 266 milliseconds, but will also increase your movement speed. It'll make up for our loss in ADS and loss in mobility from our other attachments. We lose some aiming stability and recoil control, but those aren't problems with this gun. The Forged Tack Dart is also another good option to consider. It decreases your ADS to 266 milliseconds as well, but you don't get the increase in movement speed, and I like to stick and move with this gun, so I use the no stock instead. Lastly, for the ammunition, you want to set this to the 12-round mags. The default has 8 with 16 in reserve, and that's not enough, especially when dealing with quads in Warzone. 12 will be perfect. This comes with a 2% decrease in movement speed, and even though it says we lose some ADS, the loss is either non-existent or just not noticeable. I don't recommend using the slugs as they're a little quirky with how they land and not very accurate. As for the 25-round drum mags, if you don't care about the movement speed, you could rock these instead. You'll lose 10% of your movement speed and your ADS will go up to 400 milliseconds. So I personally stay away from this because of how I play with the Origin. Although this might be a fun way to make people rage quit while playing shipment and multiplayer. But overall, in my opinion, the Origin is the best or one of the best shotguns in the game. In close range, you'll just straight up delete people. One last thing I wanted to mention before I wrap this up is how the damage works. You'll deal base amounts of damage per pellet that hits, but there's a damage boost for every 2 pellets that hit. And if you land headshots, which is pretty tough to do, you'll get an extremely small boost at around 2%. So it's not worth even trying for headshots. Just start spamming the fire button and you'll kill them in no time. But that about wraps it up for this video. You guys now have the best class setups for the Origin to use both in Warzone and multiplayer. Go out there and clear some houses, get those victories, and if this video was helpful to you or you just enjoyed it, please smash that like button, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Come on now.
Live king.
Clean kill.
Oh yeah.
There's somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh my
Damn, it's a
Nice.
Origin is crazy.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, he got revived. The guy upstairs got revived.
In Origin, bro.
He's up top. Oh, one second.
Yep, he's about to. Right here.
I got the other one.
Whoa.
Yep. Oh, here he is.
Right there.
Yeah.
I think he forgot his laser shows.
Oh, they're here.
Poor guy. Oh, here comes another one.
Oh my god.
let you get this.
Guy getting revived upstairs. Him. Nice. Nice.
Oh, let's go.
Still there. He's right inside there. Yep.
Inside the circle. Now.
Ready?
We're gonna just run in. Ready? Go.
Yep. Yep.
Down. Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah, baby. That was
Nice.
Got a VTOL on station, ready to deploy. The enemy took hard point contested. Got the straight. Incoming. Back move. Enemy's got the okay, secure. This is building. Hard point secure. Precision.